Hello everyone. Did you know that when you use AI coding agents, around 80% of your context window is completely wasted by background tasks? Today we are going to look at Token Optimizer, a brand new tool that acts like an X-ray machine to expose all these ghost tokens. I'll show you exactly how to stop your AI getting dumber by losing its memory and show you how to exactly save token money and a massive amount of API cost. Let's dive in. Have you ever noticed your AI coding agent suddenly getting confused or forgetting files after a long session? This happens because of something called context bloat. Every time you start a chat, ghost tokens like bloated configs, unused skills, duplicate system prompts, or stale memory flood your entire context system. In fact, user burns around thousands of tokens even before they type a single word. And as this context window gets packed, your MRCR, which is your AI's reasoning quality, actively drops. Benchmark shows that the logic scores drop from 93% to 76% when your context window goes above 200k tokens and between 1 million tokens. So our AI gets miserably dumber as the context window fills. But while chatting with any ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you don't get a context window exceeded error anywhere. That is because the AI systems automatically do a compaction, but that compaction means 60 to 70% of your conversation is completely gone. So your decisions, your error fixes, and your agent states completely vanish. But this token optimizer tool fixes all of that. While most of the token tools cover just 15 to 25% of your context and leave the other 75 to 80% bloated unnecessary context window, this tool covers all of that. It also gives you a live dashboard that shows every token, every dollar, every turn, and every auto update after every conversation with your AI. So let's say if you run a Python file on Claude Code, it will check the context window, the startup overhead, quality estimate. After the degradation, it will check the danger zones, and then it will also show the top offenders as well. So it tracks every token that is going in and out of your AI agent and has a full visibility in its dashboard. So you can check where each token went, how much each turn costs, which skills and the MCP servers you are actually using, and which ones are just sitting there eating your token budget. And it runs completely outside the AI context, so you don't have to worry that using this will somehow increase the context window and your token usage and your API cost, because this tool acts like an external monitor for your AI agent, so it doesn't fill the context window anywhere. It also runs fully local and there is zero dependency, so you don't have to install heavy software or use your internet connection while running this tool. And there is no worry about privacy as well, as there is zero telemetry in this tool, so there is no external data collection of anything that you are running, and every measurement will be stored in a local SQLite server that will write the database files on your own machine, so you can directly check it, export it, or even delete it. So you own the data and it never calls any cloud systems whatsoever. This makes it completely safe for enterprise workflows or private projects. It gives you an enterprise grade observability layer, which is the single file HTML dashboard, which most of the web AI agents completely hide from you. Let's talk about the dashboard where the actual magic happens. Once you launch the background service of this tool, you can directly bookmark the localhost URL in your browser. So anytime you open it, you will get the live current uses. There will be zero tokens used in our context. There will be zero network calls and zero setup after installation. You will get a highly detailed per turn token breakdown for every API call that you are making, and it will also detect the spikes, highlighting which stages are exactly causing context jumps in your AI workflow. And if you are using paid APIs, you can check the pricing across 4 different pricing tiers, which is Anthropic AI, Vertex Global, Vertex Regional, and the AWS Bedrock as well. So you just need to set your tier once and every session will automatically update. And even if you use local AI models, this visually proves where exactly your compute time is going. It features color-coded quality scores as well, which will overlay on your every session and show different color-coded bars like green for healthy, yellow for degrading, and red for trouble. It updates automatically after every session, so you don't have to refresh it anytime. So with this tool, you can check exactly which specific turn was the most expensive one and which of the stages are costing you the most. So what makes this tool different from all the other token optimizer tools? To really understand this optimization, we need to understand that there are two kinds of token waste. First is the runtime waste, which happens when a command spits out massive terminal outputs. These outputs completely flood your context and covers 15 to 20% of the actual token burn. And this is what most of the tool compressors handle. But the real killer is structural waste, which covers the remaining 75 to 80% of your token context window. It includes bloated instruction files like claude.md file, unused skills for your AI agent, sending multiple system instruction reminders to your AI agent, big complex and stale memory.md files that we sometimes add so the agent doesn't lose its memory, dead invisible coding entries, or stale MCP servers for your AI agent tools. Standard tools completely ignore this structural waste, but Token Optimizer audits all of it. It highlights the tools that you are actually using versus the ones that are just eating the budget. By cleaning all of this up, your base prompt decreases significantly in size, which dramatically lowers your cache-related bill on every single message that you send to AI agent. So it is the easiest way to let your agent feel lightning fast again. I mentioned earlier that most of the AI agents do compaction of your context window as soon as it exceeds their model's limit, and that leads to 60 to 70% of our conversation vanishing. So every decision, error fix, agent states, everything that we have decided till now are completely gone. But Token Optimizer solves this by a feature called Smart Compaction. So instead of waiting for an emergency compaction Compaction, when the context window hits the limits, it takes progressive checkpoints at multiple thresholds of your session. So it snapshots your decisions right after your AI agent goes out of memory after large code edit. So with these kind of snapshots, the sessions will pick up wherever you left off, even if your AI agent session crashes out or you use a clear command. And all of this checkpoint history and the compaction loss per session is also visible on their live HTML dashboard as well. So it does progressive checkpoints. So it captures your session state at multiple threshold, which is 20, 35%, 50, 65, and 80% context fill. It also features tool result archive in case you get very large results from your AI agent tools. So instead of printing all of that in your context window, it will archive the full output to the disk automatically. So in the output, you will only get a short preview, and at the end, there will be an inline hint that full result is archived, and you can use the command expand to retrieve it. And it will be visible not to us, but our AI agent as well. So if our model needs a full output again to answer the next question, it will automatically invoke the expand ABC123, and the entire archived context will come back through the CLI. So you don't need to run any command again. There is no loss of output, and there is no context loss in between your sessions. So your context stays lean, and your AI never truly forgets whatever it learned. One of my favorite features of this tool is its quality scoring. It gives 7 different signals weighted to reflect the real world impact of your bloated context window. A signal is the context fill, which measures how close your context window is to the degradation limit. Then if you're doing some stale reads of your files that have been changed, bloated results from your tool outputs that were never used, the compaction depth that is remaining because each compaction loses 60 to 70% of the conversation, and after 2 compaction, 88% of our conversation is completely gone. Then if you're doing some system reminders again and again, whether there is an overhead based on decisions instead of actual conversation, and finally how much your AI agent is actually efficient in giving the outputs or it is just burning the tokens. Then basis your quality score, it will give an efficiency grade. So the top tier grades will mean that you are at peak efficiency, and as you go lower, it means your context is rotting and immediate action is needed. So as you work, your degradation box will shift colors, and it will sit quietly at the bottom of your terminal, letting you know exactly when you should restart the session, of wondering why the AI is suddenly writing bad codes or forgetting our instructions. And if you ever want to turn this off, there is a simple uninstall command as well. The recent version 5 update of this tool has introduced active compression, which is a major feature update as it doesn't just measure the bloat. It actively reduces it by using 7 different features like quality nudges, loop detection, delta mode, structure map, and bash output compression. The first is the quality nudges, which gently warns the AI whenever the context score drops too low. Then you have loop detection, which catches the AI stuck in a retry loop and breaks it out automatically. Then there are some other features as well, which saves high percentage of your token context window. It also runs activity mode detection on default in background, figuring out which tasks you are actually doing like coding, debugging, or just reviewing your project. And based on the mode, it automatically switches what it should preserve during the compaction. It even has decision extraction, grabbing your actual critical decisions based on structure and injects them as critical nodes so they don't get lost in the conversation memory. And as everything is running fully locally, you can toggle any of these features on and off from the dashboard directly. Let's talk about the heavy lifters of the active compression, which is the delta mode. Whenever the AI rereads a file after it has just edited it, the delta mode will intercept the call. So instead of letting the AI read all of the file contents again, it calculates the differences and only sends the changes. So a massive 2000 token file reread becomes just a 50 token difference, which saves 90% of your tokens on that specific read. And this kind of rereads in a general project we do at least 2 to 5 times. It intercepts chatty commands from Git like git status or test runners and safely rewrites them to return compressed summaries. And it handles all of this filtering locally and securely ignores everything with passwords or API keys. Let's bring this all together by a quick live demo. This tool natively works on Claude Code, OpenClaw, and Codex today, and other IDs like Windsurf, Cursor, and more are on the way. To install this, you just need to open any CLI like Claude Code and just paste these commands. For me, I'll be using the Ollama Claude Code CLI integration, which lets me run Claude Code CLI using Ollama local models completely free of cost. I've covered the setup of this integration in my detailed video. You can check out my channel in the last video, or you can click the link in the I icon. And for my local model, I'm going to use the Gemma 4 E2B version, which is recently released by Google, and it is proving to be very excellent in its reasoning, agentic workflows, coding, and multimodal understanding. It comes in 4 different sizes, so according to your hardware, you can select any of the compatible version. This is a general table that you can follow. So for a 4-bit quantization, which just means the parameters are trimmed down to 4 bits precision. So for E2B 4-bit model, you need 4 GB of RAM, and you can run without any graphic card. These all will be the download sizes, so ensure you have enough space available in your hard disk. And let's say if you have 8 GB of graphic card or 20 GB of graphic card, you can go for the heavier models as well. To install all of this, I'm going to use Google Anti-Gravity as my Python IDE. If you don't have it installed, you can just go to antigravity.google/download and download the installer according to your platform. Now once I am in Google Anti-Gravity, I will just open the terminal and install the Gamma 4 model using this Ollama run query. If you don't have Ollama installed, you can go to ollama.com/download and download the installer according to your platform. So once you run this command, the Gamma 4 E2B model will be downloaded in your own system, and then you can use it as a chatbot or in any of your AI project without any API keys or internet connection. So after installing the model, I've built this simple project in which I'll be using an MCP tool for a calculator just to add two different numbers. MCP is Model Context Protocol, and you can think of it as a standard protocol for defining any tools for your AI agent. So for building this MCP tool, I'm going to use the MCP library from Python and the fast MCP module from it. Next, to define the tool, you just need to use @mcp.tool, and you can define a standard Python function that you want as a tool. So let's say I just want a tool called add numbers, which takes two different numbers, combines them, and returns the output in a float numerical format. But instead of just asking the AI agents to simply add the number, I'm going to give a bloated, very large instruction in this function just to showcase how large context windows degrades the quality of our MCP tool. So in this tool, I've just described everything: detailed mathematical philosophy, legal disclaimer, historical context, edge case analysis, extended verbosity, technical specifications, blah blah blah, everything. So this is just a proxy of our normal conversation, because once you do like 10 to 15 messages to your AI agents, the internal context window of your AI agent will look like this only. Then finally, I'm saying that return a plus b, and whenever this function is called, I'll just say mcp.run. So this entire thing would be added in the documentation of my tool, because I'm defining it in the doc strings, and this is necessary because we need the AI to understand what this function does. So whenever a similar task is called, it can call this tool. Next, according to the protocol, you need to define a JSON file in which you will have the list of all the tools that you have defined. So inside MCP server, the first key would be bloated math, which is our name for the tool that I have defined. The command is Python, and the arguments is this file that I have defined here. So whenever this tool is required, it will be executed as a Python file from this location. To set up the project, we are going to use Ollama for local LLM run, Claude Code as our Anthropic CLI agent, which will be run using the Ollama local models. Then we are using the Token Optimizer library that I have just shown for real-time monitoring of our token consumption, and finally Python MCP tool for building the bloated MCP tool. First, you need to install the dependencies. So for the MCP tool, I'm going to use this command. Go to the terminal and paste it here, and press enter. So this is install the library in my system. Next, I need to install the Claude CLI in my system based on the same tutorial that I have just covered in my last video. So I'm just going to copy this command and paste it in the terminal again. The entire code files and the readme file will be in the GitHub link that you can find in the description and pinned comments below. So you can directly copy these commands and get your project started. So now my Claude Code is successfully installed in this location. If you get any environment path related error, you just need to add Claude to your system path. So for that, we just need to use this command, and here just ensure that the location is your own Claude installation location that you will see here in the Claude output. So I'll just copy this command and paste it again in the terminal. Then we need to redirect Claude to use our local LLM model. So for that, we'll define these URL and authorization token and the API keys. So again, just copy these and paste it in terminal. So this will direct all of our AI requests to this URL, which is the local URL for all the Ollama models. Then we'll just launch the Claude CLI by using Ollama launch Claude and press enter. Now it will ask you which model you want to select based on the Ollama models that you have downloaded. So for now, I'll select any of these, but later on I will make a custom model again. Now we'll install the Token Optimizer plugins. So just copy these commands. These are the same commands that were there in the official repo, and I will paste them here. Now if you get this SSH host key error, this means Claude is not able to directly install the plugin using the GitHub repo name that we have given. So if you get this error, instead of just giving the repo name, so use these kind of full URLs instead of just giving the repo names. So once you run both of these commands, it will ask you whether you want to install it for you. So I'll just press enter, and my plugin is successfully installed. I just need to run reload plugins to apply. So I'll just copy this and paste it in the CLI again. So now the one plugin that I have installed is successfully reloaded. Next, I'm going to use the Gemma 4 model as my local brain, but inherently it uses a very long reasoning process, which lengthens the time of every user query that you give. But for a quick demo, I'm going to use a custom model out of it, which will disable the thinking tags and give us a faster response. So you just need to create a model file. The base model that we are selected is Gemma 4 E2B, and we are stopping the thinking tags in the parameters. Finally, I'm giving a system prompt that you are an expert AI agent, optimized for local execution via Claude Code. Do not use think tags, provide direct concise answers. Whenever tools are available, use them efficiently and avoid unnecessary philosophical preamble unless specifically asked. So these kind of instructions will give you faster output, but at the cost of small accuracy loss. So I'll just open a new terminal and use this query, register my custom model from this model file in Ollama with a new name called Gemma Direct. So I'll just paste this here and press enter. Now if you'll check Ollama list, you'll see that the custom model is registered here with the name Gemma Direct Latest. So now I will relaunch the Claude CLI with the model selected as Gemma Direct Latest. So I'll just copy this query, exit out of my current terminals by just pressing delete, open a new terminal and paste the command here. So now the Claude Code is launched with Gemma Direct Latest, and now every query that you are going to give to this Claude CLI will be redirected to our custom Gemma 4 E2B model. Next, to register any MCP tool that you have defined that you want to be used in the Claude CLI, you just need to give this /mcp command, and this will let you manage all the MCP servers that are there in your Claude CLI right now. So now to register this MCP tool in Claude CLI, we just need to copy this query and paste it in the terminal and press enter. So the MCP server we created, Bloated Math, is now registered in the Claude CLI. Now whenever you install a plugin in this Claude CLI, then it will be installed in your Claude home directory. So to start the dashboard, we need to give that same home directory here and then paste this command in the terminal. Once you run this, your dashboard will be live on this URL, which you can now bookmark in your browser. So once I click this, I'll see my UI successfully launched here, and I'll see my usage trends, the active sessions, the billable tokens, the last 30 days messages, average duration, average tokens, and every detail with daily breakdowns of all my sessions listed in the UI directly. And bottom, I'm also seeing a never used skill, which is Graphify skill. I'd earlier made a video using this tool and built a project using the Graphify skill, but now I am no longer using it, but it is still wasting tokens in my each session. So it is telling me to click a skill to see its detail or click quick wins to archive them. So I can just select it and archive the selected one. So it has given me a command that I can directly paste it in my terminal. So I can just go to the anti-gravity terminal again, paste the copied command. This is directly generated by the tool and copied to my clipboard, which I can directly paste in my terminal. So I can just press enter here. So now it has archived the Graphify skill that I was not using, but that was cluttering my context window. Now to test my bloated math tool, whether it is able to capture the humongous documentation of the tool when it is called for any user query, I'll just launch the Claude Code CLI again. Then for starting the monitoring, I will just say /token optimizer because it is already registered in Claude CLI. Press enter. So now it is activated. I can also see the current model here, and I will give this query here, which is just asking the Claude add 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 using the bloated math tool. So I'll just copy it and paste it in the terminal. Now we will check whether the token optimizer tool is able to capture that we are feeding a very large amount of content into the context window, which can be optimized for this tool. So now if we check the dashboard, the MCP tool is getting seen here with 700 tokens being used. And if you scroll down below, you will also see that MCP tool now have one server and one tool. And if we check the overview, we will see that there is a structural waste of 527 words, and it is saying that the doc string is injecting 700 tokens into everyone. This is equivalent to losing 1.5 MB of context every 200 messages. So we are able to exactly see how the tokens are being consumed by the new tool that we have made, and exactly how much context that one tool burned. From here, we can use the same optimizer toggles that I used on my Graphify skill to block the waste, compress our terminal, and protect our local GPU. This entire workflow guarantees that your AI remains razor sharp and lightning fast across your workflow. You can use this kind of project in multiple use cases as well. First use case we have already done in our current project, which is MCP bloat auditing. We just checked if we have excessive documentation that we are feeding into the system prompt due to the tool's documentation. We can also optimize the context uses of our local LLM so it runs smoothly in VRAM constrained environments like 4GB or 8GB GPUs. Then we can also estimate the cost when we will deploy our projects using expensive paid APIs like Opus 4.6 by checking how many tokens are getting actually used in our context window while running the project. Then we can also check how much of our vital project memory, instructions, and everything is getting lost due to the automatic context compaction done by the frontier AI models. Then we can also check how small changes in our system prompt or instructions can have an impact on the total tokens getting used in our sessions. On top of this project, you can also add some features like auto summarizer for MCPs. In case any MCP tool is getting too long for its documentation, you can do a compression and turn them into concise token efficient versions. You can also do simulations on peak context uses, so you know when your local LLM will fail just due to very high context usage. You can also generate token efficiency reports side by side for different local LLM models like Gemma, Q1, or Ollama models. You can add a feature to track your project's memory MD, Claude MD, how they are growing over time, and how their feature additions will cause context bankruptcy. Finally, you can also recover the compaction done by the local AI models or even the frontier AI models like Claude Code and automatically restore your key decisions that you took over the sessions. This entire README file with the step-by-step instructions and the code file I used for testing will be in the GitHub link in the description and pinned comments below. So grab the project, install the tool, and save your API tokens today. Comment down below if you have any suggestion or an application which you want me to build using local AI models, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates, and workflows.